Welcome everybody to session number 12. Today we pitch and we're also going to play some games. We're going to have some fun. This is going to be a more relaxed one. You guys know what you need to work on this week. You guys know what to do. We're not going to try to put anything else huge on your plate. We're going to try to push you with a deadline to make it actually even better, the output of this week and the output of this big project you guys have going. I want just to do a couple of real quick Build, Ship, Share shout outs. The first one, I've got to shout out my boy Eric. Started building, shipping, and sharing basically just in the last day. Way to go, Eric. Okay, way to go. And by the way, as you're watching presentations today, you could start building, shipping, and sharing today just by detailing what you're hearing from other people and sharing it. Tag at AI Makerspace. We will amplify. Also, big shout out to Kenny, like over here, just absolutely crushing it yesterday, posting and sharing, not even tagging AI Makerspace. I found it anyways, Kenny. What an absolute Chad move here. Built a prototype, problem solution, and just, absolutely nailed it. So, there's a wide range of folks in the cohort building a wide range of really cool things, and I'm excited to hear about a lot of them today. All right, so when we talk about feedback, we want to give some feedback on the homework number 8. We got to do a quick follow-up on that you kind of missed on Tuesday. So you guys are still doing it, crushing it. Some of you are still doing it perfectly. Mike C., what did you think this time? We are seeing improvement, it seems.
Absolutely. So overall, most people understood the objectives and got that. I mean, there was 2 notebooks to go through, and there was also the hard mode where 2 people did that really well. And some of the top themes from the feedback, lessons learned, understanding the evaluation metrics and frameworks, the trade-offs that you got to look at, and also the synthetic data for evaluation. And really appreciate the feedback that you give, even the lessons learned, because that gives us some feedback in terms of what we can be looking at. So what you're looking for more of is how about we do this for production? How about scalability? How about cost efficiency? And as well as what about multi-agents? Yeah. So
No.
2 big call outs, Philip Kang, awesome lessons learned, and Ashwin Patty, triple share, X, Reddit, and Threads. Way to go. Well
The
done.
triple share, Ashwin, setting the tone. Love it. And yeah, I just call out a few of these lessons learned. Mike already basically covered this, but eval, you guys are learning a lot about eval. You're asking the right questions about eval. You learned about the price of copper, legendary. And I think it's really important to just get comfortable with this. Start building things, start evaluating them. When to stop iterating? When is enough enough? Oh man, that's the forever, never-ending question, but it's the right one, and you've got to ask it for your particular use cases. Trade-offs, same thing. Great shares all around. Keep them going. We saw you guys out there getting after it. Krishanu, the triple share legend. And we've got some stuff coming up, by the way. This is going to be one that I would actually recommend you guys to go to, even if you're not super advanced and not super trying to even add more stuff to your plate. This might actually help you get some of the work done that you do already in the class. So I'd recommend joining this Build, Ship, Share session next week. You did like the feedback last week. You did like Wiz just really slowing it down. Really, really slowing it down. And so, Wiz, whether you like it or not, they've spoken. They love it. And so, I think this is something that we're going to keep doing. I love that you guys want more opportunities to meet people, more professional mixing, but some people not so much, right? Some people not so much. So, we're going to ask you at the end of the class for specific ideas, because again, mixing doesn't work for everybody, but I'm curious to know what are some of the best mixers you've ever been to in online communities? How can we sort of emulate some of those? And, we'll ask you about that at the end of the day after we have our little fun and games. And, it always is this way, hit or miss. One of the key things that I want you guys to think about is as we transition to the second half of the course, we're going to go from you guys having peer supporters to you guys supporting your peers. Okay. We want to see some leadership, some stepping up, because this is what you're going to have to do out in industry, because you guys are already, if you can pitch today and if you can get this midterm done and if you can do the homeworks you've done so far, you guys are already in the 99th percentile of people out there, and you're going to be way ahead of the game. So you have to act out that leadership that you're already actually at the level of. Great pace whiz. Great pace whiz. All right. Aligning our aim. We know what we're doing this week. But importantly, it's important to look here what we've already done. Prompting and RAG, production grade RAG, agents and multi-agents, SDG and RAG eval, fine tuning. Now we've got the whole cup filled up here. Huh. And we're asking questions about production. We're asking questions about doing things better. We're asking questions about taking it to the next level. These are the right questions to ask, but we do have enough. And we'll see that today in our pitches. We'll see that today with 15 of your classmates' pitches. Oh man, it's gonna be so much fun. We also are gonna give you the option to get additional help if you need it. We're gonna talk about the pitching process for just a moment before we get into it. Also, this is a really fun game. It's not necessarily safe for work, so beware. But we can kick off the games today already. Feel free to take part. All right, here's the way it's gonna go. Main stage, this room. We're gonna do pitches. I'll introduce people. You get a 3-minute timer. Jacob is gonna have the timer up. So you're gonna have to look at the timer, and if you don't look at it, it's gonna play the da 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 da, get off the stage, and then you're gonna get cut off. Okay, so that's fine. This isn't a big 90 seconds for QA. Wiz is gonna do QA, and he's gonna ask you the hardest possible question he can muster, and hopefully try to make your project a little bit better. So we have Wiz, but importantly, we have all of you. Okay, this is the best thing that you can do, is provide really personalized feedback, like you were really listening to what they said. This is really meaningful to get from people, and it's so hard to get. You have an opportunity to give first, just like our community values. That's at the top of the hierarchy for us. This is, a sort of an opportunity for you guys to really kind of get into the mix. Speaking of opportunities, didn't you guys just ask us for more opportunities? Well, this really is one of those opportunities. How? Well, if you like something that you see, if you're like, man, that's so cool, okay? Be like, yo, that was so cool. I would love to talk to you more about that. This is a great week for that. Reach out to the person. Say, hey, would you like to do a virtual coffee? And guess what? It's going to help you potentially get a demo day partnership. It's going to help you network. It's going to help you do things in a more curated way. And it's not weird, guys, because I just told you to do it. Okay. It's not weird because everybody just got told to do it. Now, that said, okay, if you're feeling all backwards and you're really struggling with the midterm, or you really need to practice your pitch before you go up on stage, we are here for you, okay? Peer supporters are going to be there. We're going to open the rooms in just a moment. Now you may be asking, well, is that it then? I just got to smash the chat. I just got to help out with feedback. I just got to maybe go to the peer support room. Well, yeah, kind of, but at the same time, it's also, no, that's not it, because we're at the midpoint. All right. In the true spirit of the midpoint of our course, it's a great time to call to mind all of the amazing things that you've learned. It's a great time to reflect, and then reflect some more. I mean, think about where you started. Okay. This is where you started. Like, so many of you had never even done anything with RAG. Okay, think about how dumb you were 5 weeks ago, right? I always think that. That's what it's like out here at the edge. And I think it's really important to notice that that if you work hard for 5 weeks on the edge of the AI stuff, you just really can't believe how much your understanding has evolved. Agents, same thing. So we are going to encourage you guys and ask you guys to go ahead and fill out that sweet midpoint checkpoint assessment in the chat now. So you've got that, and I would encourage that you work on that throughout the session today, and take it seriously. Consider how you might achieve your goals in the second half. Okay, with that, we're going to go ahead and open up breakout rooms just quietly, because we want you to stay here, but you don't have to. One thing is that if you need to use a breakout room, you can click breakout rooms and join it. Some folks have had issues going into and getting back to breakout rooms last time. If you have that issue, I need you to leave Zoom completely, and then I need you to come back and then sort of quietly do this again. Okay, if you can't figure it out, please DM Sriracha, DM Jacob, DM your peer supporter directly, or DM me in Zoom, and I'll help you out, okay? All right, with that, let's go. All right, who's first? And then you guys are gonna have to let me know if you need the screen. Well, if you need it, just go ahead and screen share. Okay, so, all right, first up, our first presenter of the day, I'm gonna go ahead and stop share. So we'll just pull up our first presenter. We don't need slides, but you can have slides, and obviously I'm a slide fan. Our first presenter of the day is Ashwin. Ashwin's going to be talking to us about a balanced news perspective. Aren't we all so exposed to biased news sources, missing out on diverse perspectives and comprehensive understanding of events? It's a travesty. Maybe Ashwin's got a solution. Ashwin, stage is yours. 3 minutes. Tell us about it.
Hey guys, let me share. Let's go. Okay, welcome. Today I'm going to present a pitch about the app I'm thinking about. It's called Balance, as Greg said. Thanks, a balanced news perspective app, and we'll talk about it. Let me just go here. What the problem today, especially current world, in the current political environment, we've been exposed with very much biased sources of news. We don't know whether we are, when I say bias, it could be left, right, or center. And I'm not saying one is good or bad, but unfortunately, what's happening is that we are just getting a one stream of media or one stream of news, and we are losing the overall perspective. So that's what I think is the biggest problem right now. So just to reiterate, right? Let's see. We saw a news. Oh, Trump says, I'm going to take Canada. No, what's happening? What is the other purpose? Because it's saying other one was other day. Oh, all 150-year-old guys are getting my social security. What's happening? So if you see, all these are the current news, and there was other news where they said everyone said Trump gonna remove IVF, but no, in fact, he's eh, supporting it. So there's lots of news happening, but there's a lot of polarity happening too. So that's the bigger issue. So what's the solution we are saying? Our solution is this app, which will offer users you'll take an app. It's a simple app where a user can come and post a headline, and then we will come back and give three different perspectives. One on the right side of things, other perspective is left leaning perspective, and the third one is a central one. And then we'll summarize it and give overall what is the conclusion. So that's where we think will promote critical thinking, because you might be on one side of things, but it's good to know what other side is thinking about, so that you are well prepared and you have a much better perspective of what's happening there. So the key features, what will happen, we'll be accessing news from different multiple sources of views, and we'll be showing it, and we'll also give it out there. And the best case of this, why is it needed, is it's educational, that I'm able to know what's happening, and also I'm informed about what's like staying informed there. And also the best thing for debate preparation. So my target audience is students, educators, and also the last one, which I'm saying, is like people like me who like to debate, who like to go and fight with people. So I would like to know what other side is thinking before I go and start going there. And the market opportunity, yes, there's a lot, because there's a lot of polarizing news, and we think this will help us a lot. And one last thing, before I go, let's meet my team. It's not me, the bunch of people helping me out. The first one is Agent Progress. That's the agent which is expert in left leaning. It's going to get me out there. The next one is Agent Patriot. You can guess, right leaning side of things. The third one is Agent Balance, which will be giving the centrist view. The last one is Consciousness. He's the one who will be taking all of them and trying to give a summarize and tell this is what's happening up there. And finally, the conclusion is this will empower us to break the news and get it.
All right. Woo! Ashwin, let's go. We're gonna have to get that timer going with the sound next time. Wiz, what'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was pretty neato. One of the questions that I have though is that LLMs themselves are inherently biased, so they have a pretty wide spread of biases. So how do you intend to tackle the fact that the system that you're going to be using is itself biased as a as a potential hurdle to getting to this unbiased truth that exists somewhere between?
Yeah, it's a good question, Chris. So that's why we are taking a multi-agent perp where each agent is specialized. And for midterm, what we're doing is each agent, like for example, Progress, we'll be feeding him with all the left-leaning, well-known left-leaning websites and Twitters. That's as a RAG context. And we'll say, don't go out of it. Just focus on these sources. Similarly, for the other part, will be on the right side of things. So we'll be feeding as a RAG data, a context, and making sure that they don't get out of it.
Very cool. Yeah. I mean, it's that's the right approach. I would just make sure that you're still cognizant of the fact that at some point we have to compile resources, and the system that compiles the resources should hopefully be unbiased as possible, as again, it's just an easy way to leak some bias in. But overall, yeah, definitely cool approach.
All right. Round of applause for Ashwin. Let's go. Okay, so so it looks like we've had one person drop off for a work emergency, and we've had another person that is going to show up late. Okay, so we've got a last minute switch here, and so it goes with live events. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hold on, I'm getting a weird error on my run of show here. Okay, so you know what? I gotta go, Kenny. I gotta go with you, my dude. You're up. I'll give you a second if you're not ready, but and then we're gonna go from Kenny in the run of show straight down. So Krishanu is gonna go right after Kenny. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, Kenny, I know you're ready, my man. Okay, 3 minutes on the clock. Ready? We're going to introduce Kenny, who's going to talk about Terrapin. I foreshadowed this a little bit earlier. Turn your YouTube videos into actually good LinkedIn content. Kenny?
Cool, thank you. Yeah, so let's say that you are a education company that specializes in teaching people how to become AI engineers, and you've got YouTube videos, and you put tons of effort into these YouTube videos every single week. You're really a fan of diving deep into technical topics, long, complex things that require kind of back and forth discussion, something that, is either video heavy or audio heavy. Or maybe you're a podcaster and your target audience is professional. It might be B2B. It might be just professionals like AI engineers that are looking to increase their career, improve their career. The problem is, though, all of your time and effort goes into these YouTube videos, and you know that you should be expanding out to some other platforms, but it's just a lot easier said than done to actually make that happen for several reasons. One is just time. One is it's completely different context to go from in-depth conversational style content to short form daily content. And so the solution that I'm proposing here is called Terrapin. And what Terrapin does is it allow you to take your long form content, whether that's a YouTube video or a podcast or something else, and it'll allow you to take that and turn it into 7 different LinkedIn posts for you to be able to post throughout the week. There's a couple problems with some traditional AI-driven short-form content creation and then also repurposing, is it doesn't take enough context into account of who you are, what your business goals are, what kind of a target audience you're trying to reach. And so the approach that Terrapin takes is you put in your business content, their context. So what is your business about? What are you actually teaching about? And then what's your primary call to action? So let's say hypothetically you have a free email course called LLM Foundations that you're trying to push people to. You can put all of these things into the context, give it a little bit of information about you, about your target audience, and it'll use that in conjunction with the content from the actual video that you're posting to generate those LinkedIn posts. And then what it's going to do on the back end of that, it's going to take your YouTube content or your podcast content. It's going to analyze the way that you speak. It's going to take this context that you put in, and then it's going to go out and it's going to refer to a list of proven LinkedIn templates. So the other problem we see with AI is it's really bad at generating cringy content. If we can instead pull from a database of proven content that we know works well, convert it into templates, and then apply our insights that we get from the video to our templates, then we can actually produce some pretty decent content. And so I have a Streamlit app here. This is what it looks like. I'm not going to generate it live, but this is what it looks like after you generate it. So you put in your YouTube video, some of your context, and then it'll generate these 7 LinkedIn posts right here. They are decent for the time being. Still quite a bit of work needs to be done in some prompt engineering and some of these templates, but this is the basics of how Terrapin works.
All right, round of applause for Kenny. Knowing his audience. That's a lesson in knowing your audience right there. Wiz, I think I noticed some guys on Kenny's shot there. What'd you think?
Yeah, no, it's definitely cool. I think the only question that I really have is one about so producing, AI content for sites like LinkedIn is oftentimes kind of like downranked or dispreferred. So what strategies are you hoping to employ to kind of evade the old AI filter or otherwise, ensure that content appears to be human generated?
Yeah, I need to do some work in the actual prompting and the logistics of the content generation to make sure that the language sounds human. But the primary thing I'm going to be doing that I think is a little bit different than what most AI things do is the one thing that AI can't do is it can't take your unique experiences and insights and create content unless you give it to that. And so that's going to be my primary goal is how do we take the unique content that's human generated, whether it's the podcast or the YouTube, and effectively integrate that into the AI content. That's going to be what probably a significant chunk of my time is going to be spent on between now and demo day.
Yeah, I mean, my follow-up question is basically like we've talked about this a lot internally, and I'm just basically trying to get us right back on time here for 7:25. Is like Wiz and I write LinkedIn posts. So we have LinkedIn posts that are sort of in our voices. How would you take those LinkedIn posts and use it to flavor your LinkedIn post generator?
Yeah, I think I can, for people that are already on LinkedIn, all the content they've already done, rank it by what's performed the best, extract the properties out of it, and then turn those into templates. The thing that people can do that most people don't realize is you can templatize most things and then apply different topics to the template, and it doesn't read like a template. But you know that it works because the format's worked well before. You're just applying new content and new insights to it.
Very nice. Okay, round of applause for Kenny. If you have feedback, please put it in the chat. Thank you, Kenny. Oh man, Ashwin and Kenny just straight brought it. Okay, so if you're just coming up here and you're just sharing an idea, also totally fine, guys. You don't have to be an absolute smash it out of the park. But I did specifically want Ashwin to kick us off, and I told him to do it strong earlier in office hours. So shout out to Ashwin. Kenny was just sort of a wild card that absolutely crushed it. Okay, just to be clear with everybody. All right, just set expectations here. Okay, so I'd like to go Krishanu. All right, our man Krishanu, a longtime community member, longtime AIM supporter. Krishanu is going to talk about intelligent SQL query generator today.
Hey, Greg, Krishanu unfortunately won't be able to present unless something's changed.
Okay. All right. They're dropping like flies, guys. Oh my God, who's gonna step up? So here's what we're gonna do, by the way. If you're thinking, well, maybe there's an opportunity for me to step up now. Maybe you're not thinking that after you just saw Ashwin and Kenny, but there will be time at the end that we'll have. So Dragos. So I think we had Barathvaj, Ryan Rodriguez. No, he's in there anyways. If you were on the fence about presenting, let us know, and you can still get in here at the end. Okay, we're gonna keep moving, so I hope you're ready. I hate to change the times on you. We will not do this on demo day, but it's pitch day. Okay, so it's pitch day. Deepali, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Do we got Krishanu? Because this is one of the problems with the times, right? I personally know this quite well because, we have to be on time, and sometimes you're up to the wire. Krishanu, are you there, my man? Krishanu, calling all Krishanus. Calling all
Hi.
Krishanus. Are you ready to go, dude?
Yes.
Okay, all
Uh,
right. Yes, okay. I knew you would be. Okay, so I think it's just important that we just kind of get back on track here. So yeah, all right. Maybe we'll do 2 questions for the next couple. Okay, so Deepali, you're up next, and then Lee Sun and Naga. Please let us know if anything has changed. Okay, let's do it. Krishanu, I'm excited to welcome longtime AIM supporter and community member Krishanu Sinha. And Krishanu is talking intelligent SQL query generator today. Imagine a tool that allows any user, technical or not, to effortlessly tap into the power of your data. Meet intelligent SQL query generator. Krishanu, take it away. 3 minutes on the clock. Let's go.
Hey everyone. The whole idea is to build a text to SQL generator. It's not as simple as it sounds. For every enterprise, there are various restrictions. For example, many enterprises are very afraid that data might be stolen. There are always, SQL injections and various ways to, corrupt the data. So, keeping those things, all the guardrails in mind, we are going to customize our SQL generation, and if time permits in this cohort, might even go on and build a Python executor along with the SQL generator. So what this is going to do is it's going to be like your own AI data analyst. So for example, let's say you have a question like a non-technical stakeholder at any, let's say, enterprise organization has a question like, let's say, what does the forecast for my product X looks like for the next, let's say, 5 years? So what you have to go is you have to go extract the data, run some models on it, find some insights, and then do some forecasting. All of this will be taken care of by the SQL generator, and a Python executor. The code will be executed inside a Kubernetes cluster, and the results probably will be generated. And if I don't know, if time permits, we'll even show some like some plots, etc. So that's the whole idea. Building a AI data analyst. So
All
what is
right. AI data analyst Krishanu. Okay, way to get up there. Pitch, my man. Okay. Although Cam's on next time, my man. Cam's on. Okay, Wiz, over to you. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, SQL generation is a problem that needs to be solved. So this is a cool way to do it. One of the questions that I have is how are you going to ensure that you're producing SQL that conforms to the actual schema that's required? And are you going to be able to, do more complex SQL queries that might go across, different resources? Or is it kind of for a more a simple setup for now?
For now it's a simple setup, but if the schema is very complicated, we might have to just do a RAG. From a RAG we can just fetch this, we can just generate the same schema, put it in a vector database and do a RAG, and then anytime you need any information you can just fetch it.
All right, and Krishanu, my question is, man, I feel like we've been talking about this problem since you joined the community. How come it's not solved yet? Do you see anybody out there like getting after it, crushing this? I'm surprised I haven't seen an AI data analyst. Why do you think that is?
Because people are scared, enterprises are scared, because I think they have a lot to lose. They don't. It's not that easy to solve as it sounds. I mean, like I said, there are a lot of restrictions on what kind of code you're generating. Even when you're like generating some Python code, there are some the code must be, there are some whitelisted packages, only those can be used. And most of the time the queries can't be answered because among the whitelisted packages, um, whatever is available, you can't generate something out of it. So
I'm hearing a
that's
lot
probably
about the security of the data that's being ragified recently. Okay, very cool. If you have feedback, comments, questions, concerns for Krishanu, please do share them in the chat. Round of applause for Krishanu, everybody. Let's go. Okay, getting up there and pitching. Okay, coming in hot. I like that. All right, here we go. Deepali. Deepali, you ready? I
Yes,
see you.
I don't,
Okay,
yeah, I don't
let's
have a PowerPoint presentation, but I can talk through my
Hey, you
project.
don't need a PowerPoint present. Just imagine this is a stage. This is a mic. There's an optional TV next to us. That's it. Okay, so Deepali is going to tell us and pitch us on, man, this run of show is really killing me right now. Sometimes these live things, guys, I mean, they just really are kind of tough, and the stuff breaks down. AV doesn't work. This is why we practice. This is why we practice. Okay, Deepali is going to talk to us about intelligent customer support agent automating your support ticket system. Deepali, over to you. 3 minutes on the clock.
Yeah. So the project I was planning to work on is the intelligent customer support chat box or agent. The idea behind that was, so far, whatever support tickets I have raised in my organization, you have to choose the category of the support ticket, like whether it is for HR, whether it is for IT support or payroll, and then have your support question, and then it gets routed to that corresponding department. So I thought, what about like designing the intelligent chat box where the user can enter a question, and the chatbot is intelligent enough to determine the category or department where that question should be routed. So that was an idea. So the way I was thinking to implement it is like that. This is a chatbot for one organization, and through RAG I will feed the HR policy manual, payroll manual, and IT support manual in the vector store. And when the user asks the question, first the chatbot will like look for the answer in these manuals. If it doesn't find an answer, then it will ask the user to create a support ticket, and the form will have a create support ticket button where the user can click the button and create a support ticket, and use the same chatbot to uh, type his question. And then once he creates the support ticket, I'll have the three agents in the backend: HR agent, payroll agent, and IT support agent, which will like answer the support question. So yeah, one will be the like I will be evaluating the category of a question and then routing it to the corresponding agent, whether HR, payroll, or IT support. And then I was also thinking of involving a human agent. If the sentiment of the support ticket is negative, then maybe that would be routed to the human agent so that he can answer the question with negative sentiment. So yeah.
All
That's an idea.
right. Intelligent customer support, Deepali, let's go. Way to get up here and get after it. Deepali, Wiz, over to you for some judging questions.
Yeah, so my first question, and probably the one I care most to hear the answer about, is what is the process by which you're gonna elevate those tickets to a human agent? So like what are you using to say actually my system is not capable of doing this, and now I need to see a human agent? Is it going to be based on like the pipeline failing or some other like heuristic, or how are you approaching that?
Based on the sentiment, like if someone is complaining, say for example we have transportation department, and there is a ticket like there is a complaint or feedback that the driving was rude, and driving was rash. So that will get routed to the sentiment is negative for that support ticket, like the feedback, so it will be routed to the human agent in that case.
Okay, so in follow up to that, how are you going to then handle cases where the pipeline doesn't result in success, or how are you going to know that the pipeline isn't resulting in success and then elevate that to a human? Is that still going to be based on sentiment, or is there going to be another strategy there?
So I don't understand what does it mean by pipeline is not successful. Does that mean that the question is not in these category like HR, payroll, and IT support? And then in that case, um, yeah, maybe in that case, then yeah, we will ask the user, like we'll tell the user that this question is not supported. Like we don't have an organization to answer this question. Like
Sure.
there will be some limitations on the category of questions which the support system can handle.
Sounds awesome.
Nice. Way to go, DePauli. Yes. And by the way, guys, quick shout out. If you're looking for a team, please shout it out as you get off stage. Hey, I'm open to teaming with people. If you look like somebody's project and you think that maybe they could complement your skills, think Dr. Greg and the Wiz, right? It's like we got him crushing over there writing code. We got me trying to crush over here giving presentations. Not everybody's Kenny Rogers. I mean, we all know that already, but it's like you've got to really put those pieces together to have a sweet demo day team. It's like the Jobs Wozniak, right? It's like the Allen, Gates. It's like the all the classics. So I mean, think about that and think about teaming as we keep going here. Okay, next up we've got Lee Sun. Is Lee Sun in the house and ready to rock and roll? Let's go, Lee. Lee is going to talk to us about private equity AI agent. And it turns out private equity firms, for those of you that don't know much about private equity firms, they don't really have enough analyst firepower to analyze like decades of historical data on every single deal. Like much of what they have that's really competitive advantage is their past deals. How are they going to deal with it? How are they going to sift through it? Lee's going to tell us how. Lee's going to tell us how. 3 minutes. Lee Sun, let's go.
All right, perfect, guys. So all right. So yeah, so my idea is very simple, right? So I realized that the high value add of agents, right, is not just operating and replacing human tasks, but detecting patterns. So patterns that humans can't really detect, right? So me as a human, I can't go out and read a decade of news, right? But my agent could, right? And then they could detect patterns that I couldn't see and couldn't detect. So therefore, my idea is very simple. I want to build an analyst that helps private equity companies, right? That takes public data sets, right? And they look at the deals. They look and analyze the deals that were being bought and why they're being bought, the reasoning behind it, because we have a reasoning piece. And then combine, right, with their internal data set. So they have a benchmark of when they want to buy companies. And for those of you who don't know, private equity, what they do is they take a company, like Twitter, for example. That's kind of big, but usually they take a company, public or not, they buy it, and then they make it more efficient, cost cutting, and then they sell it, right? So there's a lot of opportunities for agents to cost cut. But what my idea is doing is I'm trying to figure out, okay, can a private equity company, right, can they figure out what they're trying to buy is in line with the strategies that they have, right? So I'll show you a glimpse what I've sampled with and built so far. Is far from complete, but let me see if I can let me show it to you real quick. But yeah, so let me just show a quick sample. So for example, right, this is, by the way, this is preliminary, right? But if I go in and I say KKR buys or purchases, the keyword, right? What I've built is I've built this front end and what it connects to Google search and the API. And what it will show is of that, I think it's limited to a timeline of 100 articles of what KKR as a private equity firm has bought, right? And then I just essentially built a scrape and analyze tool, right? And then essentially it scrapes the actual context of the article. And then it gives out not only the summary. What I did is I made sure that they gave out what the transaction is, who the buyer, who the seller, but the real piece is why are they buying it? Okay, and you're gonna see it in a second. But what I want to do, so here, KKR bought this company, 5% stake, and what its real reason, it's a satellite strategy, right? To facilitate funding for decarbonization, right? So the reasoning behind this deal, right, is captured, right? And now imagine you can do this for a decade-long news, right? And then you can figure out the reasoning of each deal, why they were bought, right? And then transcribe that as your own personal analyst, right? For when you want to buy and sell companies and for you to benchmark against your own data. So anyways, I'll stop sharing.
All right, Lee Sun, let's go. Yeah. Lee crushing it. Very nice, very nice. Wiz, what do you think?
Yeah, awesome project so far. My question, which is probably going to be a question you're going to hear a lot, is how do we know it's right? How do we evaluate that this is the case, right? How do we come to the conclusion that the response is high quality?
Yeah, so you would have human intervention because there's no right or wrong answer, and that's when it's hard for the AI to detect, right? So why is this company a good buy for my PE firm, right? You can put in some logic, but at the end there's a judgment factor, and yeah, you would have to have a human evaluating. And then once it gets it right to a certain level, right, then you can trust it to an extent. So yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
Excellent.
And is this basically, like deep research, but for my data kind of thing? Is that kind of what we're talking about here? Or how does it compare in your estimation to these deep search, deep research, et cetera, that keep coming
Kind
up?
of, yeah. Deep research in combination with the private data, right?
The open source. Yeah. So important. All right, Lee Sun, everybody. Let's go, Lee. Yes. And by the way, that's a great use case, even if it's something that's out there that you could potentially buy, but you can do it with your own personal data, especially if you work somewhere and they're quite interested in solving this problem. Such a fantastic use case. Okay, way to go, Lee. Next up, we've got Naga. And Naga's going to be talking to us about SEC Filing Beacon. Turns out retail investors often struggle to quickly decipher complex SEC filings to uncover actionable trading insights. What a classic problem. Hard to figure out what to trade and why. Naga, tell us about SEC Filing Beacon. 3 minutes on the clock. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. So thanks, Dr. Greg, for that introduction. So it's basically, it pulls SEC documents and analyzes them using various agents. And when people come and query it, like you can say, what are the latest risks in the Apple recently, or you can say, how's the insider trading has been going on, increasing or decreasing for a certain stock. So these kind of things, right now, it's very hard to pull unless you are a trader, you have access to Bloomberg terminal and these kind of tools. So this one should be, anybody should be able to use it. Think Robinhood investors, who are curious about their stocks that they own. They're wondering, given the earnings are out, should they sell, should they keep, those kind of things. So right now, my plan, obviously, it might change depending on the implementation details. I'm going to vectorize some SEC filings and financial data and store it in the vector database, and then build several agents. Like for example, one agent could be it can extract all the numbers and trends from 10Ks and 10Qs, the filings. There could be one agent that does risk analysis, flags, legal, financial risks or whatever. And then another agent could be doing sentiment analysis, or the other agent could be doing stock comparison analysis. So, and the tip, either the user can say, okay, I summarize me the latest Google filing or Google earnings report, and then these agents will go do their job and basically present, this is the thing, these are the buy signals, these are the sell signals, and letting the user make their own inferences. That's pretty much it. For this project, it will be deployed using Chainlit, just we did that. And I'm going to also do some SDG and give it at least I'm thinking I'll give a few short examples. different types of questions user can ask, and what are the answers look like, and train it, and see how it goes.
All right, Naga, nice timing. Let's go. Wiz, what do you think? SEC filings, a classic.
It's a classic. Let me see the right way to ask this question. So it's basically the same question as last time, which is how do we know that this is good, and also how do we avoid the fact that we're giving financial advice, which is famously a hurdle to these kinds of systems.
Good question. The first one is we can ask it to reference the sources. It can say, in this section of this thing, based on this, that's one way. I don't know how to do that, but that's one way conceptually, so that we always whatever we say there is a source, we point to these sources. The second thing, I think it's every answer it puts a disclaimer saying that, hey, this is not a financial advice and blah blah blah. But do you have any other ideas on how?
All right. All right, thanks, Naga. Yeah, you know what? We're having some back-end issues, guys. Way to go, Naga. Round of applause for Naga. Turns out Zoom and Notion want to be very, very whiny today. So, all right, we've got next up. Do we have? Okay, next up we have Ernesto. Ernesto is going to talk to us about Caregiver Navigator. Family caregivers, they're overwhelmed. Sometimes they're unprepared, and they could use a little more support. Where can they find the resources they need? Caregiver Navigator. Ernesto, 3 minutes. Let's go. Ernesto, you are muted. We got to get the mic dialed in. We're going to give you a reset on the time. Let me see what you got. Yeah, you got to change the mic input. But this is a good, during demo day, we'll do a pre-check in the hour before demo day, and we'll come in and we'll be like AVL, audio, video, lighting. I want you guys all have the glow up on. Try it again.
Can you hear me?
Oh, beautiful. Okay, yeah, we're going to start the clock in 3, 2, 1. Ernesto, over to you, family care.
Okay, so this is Uncle Luis. He was diagnosed with ALS 3 years ago. And during that process, we realized how fragmented the healthcare system is, how complicated it is to gather resources, how time-consuming it is, and finally, how high stressful it is. It's so high stressful or high stress that caregivers experience 63% higher mortality versus non-caregivers, according to the AARP. The mission that we have based on this experience, and it was an 8-month process, it's to provide excellent and compassionate support for the 50+ million US family caregivers. Our audience it goes from 35 years old to 55 years old. And with this, we're going to eliminate chaos, provide simple and organized resources and practical tools to plan for the trajectory of the disease. Obviously, the solution is the Caregiver Navigator, which is tailored to help our family caregivers, providing a personalized roadmap, because that was a big struggle in our family. We didn't know what to do with ALS. Very few people, or actually only one family member knew about what was ALS. But the rest of us, we didn't know what to do. What type of products should we buy? Which local resources should we consider for the condition of my uncle? And emotional support, that's another key ingredient. Direct family, it gets affected very very much, and education for the entire family, for the care circle, and for the direct family. And that's it. I don't know if you have any questions.
Yes. Okay. So basically, it seems like you're building like a personal assistant style app. The thing that I would say is this is a interesting space to operate in, and is the app's primary function, let's say, to provide this roadmap, right? So is basically is the artifact a roadmap, or is it going to be also like a system you can chat with, say, about your personal roadmap and your personal resources? Like what level does the customization or personalization, sorry, exist at?
Yeah, I think it's both. You can ask for resources on which you can help. You can get help, personal help, or to your loved one, as well as to plan for the trajectory of the disease. Because at the beginning, he was able to walk by using a cane. Then we need to buy a wheelchair, and finally a special bed so he can get fed. Because yeah, we receive a lot of help from my another family that she was very knowledgeable on the healthcare system. So she was able to guide us. But without her, I don't know what would be without it.
Very cool. Awesome.
Yeah, very cool, Ernesto. I really love this project because you can actually really feel that there's a real pain point here for everybody, and it sort of emanates through the whole family. And it's like you're really onto something here, and you can see why so much of AI is being put towards healthcare and some of these like really, really important applications like this. And I also really love the personal touch that you brought to this story. I think that's a really, really important point for everybody to consider, that this is clearly something Ernesto cares about, and that came through in the presentation. So way to go, Ernesto. Round of applause. If you're looking to ask him some questions, give him some feedback, that's definitely appreciated in the chat here. We are right on time, guys, and we're going to keep moving. We've got Ryan Rodriguez up next, and I'm excited to hear from Ryan. Ryan's going to talk Simplify, a web app that simplifies the process of learning new software tools by ingesting docs and generating interactive quizzes. Ryan, take us through Simplify, making our lives easier, one code base at a time.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks, Greg. So first off, I'm going to say I do not have a deck to go through, so I'm just going to wing it here. This is more like the beginnings of an idea. But basically, when to me, like the two main strengths and opportunities of AI are such as it is now, is organization, like being able to condense down stuff and make it more digestible, and education, being able to create personalized feedback loops. And so when I was looking for a problem to solve, I wanted to like lean on these strengths. And so like as a software engineer, I thought there's many times where I've had to learn a new tool, library, framework. You're staring at the doc page and you're just like, I don't know how to like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what is the syntax? What can I do with this? How can I do it? And so I thought, wouldn't it be nice if you have in the top right corner, like a button, like simplify. And so the solution that I'm proposing is that like an AI system that will ingest those docs and act as a personal tutor system for you. It will generate, say, like coding questions. Let's say you're trying to learn like PyTorch or something like that. It could generate coding exercises for you, and then you input this into some kind of web app, and then it grades it for you and it gives you feedback. It's like there's 10 questions here. You did like 1 through 5 right, 6 got a little issue, things like that. I think it's really important when to learn something and have long-term skill acquisition to have like active learning and to have really tight feedback loops. And this accomplishes like both of those things. The other thing, objection I could see, or the question that might be raised, is like in this era of like AI written code, cursor, those types of things, like, is it really that important to be able to understand the like syntax or something like that of like libraries or something? I'd say one, the idea is not just about syntax, it's about like diving into conceptual things, and I may later on you can like expand into other ideas as I build on the idea. But then also I think like even if you're not spending all your time writing code and you're more acting as like a steward of the code, it's still really good to have like fluency in it, to be able to like digest and very quickly figure out what's happening in the code. Like think back between like how you program now versus when you like started. I imagine that reading a line of code or understanding what it does, you're a lot quicker because like when you encounter a for loop, you don't have to look up every time, like, what is that? How does this work? You just internalize, chunk that concept, and you can process your way through it. So I think it's an interesting idea. And there's a really good opportunity here.
All right. Yeah, let's go, Ryan. Nice job, man. I really like this idea of a simplify button. Wiz, you got any thoughts on whether people need to actually learn how to code?
I do have thoughts about whether people need to learn how to code. I think probably they're
We can talk
fairly
about it next
obvious.
week. Yeah.
But I think that certainly for learning, for getting up to speed, things like this seem incredibly straightforward, as like straightforwardly good, is what I meant to say. My question would be, obviously this pipeline can kind of extend to many different things. Many things are would be considered like too complex or overcomplicated. And how are you going to kind of specialize in a specific topic, or is the intent to not need to specialize? And if so, how are you going to be sure that you can cover a broad enough scope of knowledge to be able to uncomplicate such a variety of topics?
That's a good question. And to be honest, I don't have an answer for that yet. So I have a plan, which is for like the midterm. I want to try this on like a simple doc page. Let's say like one single document page, and it's just like Python's like list API or something like that. Very limited, very scoped. And I want to like play around with it and see how this works. I do recognize the fact that when like you're working with AI, yes, it'd be really nice to have like a more generalized system, but like the more niche it is, the more you're like focused in it is, probably the better you'll be in terms of like coming up with a solution that's like distinguishes itself from other like tools or things like that. I don't know. I gotta play around with it and see how this works out, basically.
Yeah, good stuff. And I'll just say, like, as a parting thought, it's like when I go to LangChain's docs, I almost expect there to be something like this that's like beyond regular docs, and they don't have it yet, and that bothers me, and I bet it bothers them too, So if you had to pick something, I would recommend like just pick that. And then see if you could sell it to them. See if you could be like, hey, want to hire me to build this? Because they do need something. If anybody was going to do it, I feel like it would be them. Ryan Rodriguez, everybody, simplify. Let's go. And I think that's the second simplify pitch that we might have in the class. I'm not sure if we're going to get time, Dragos, but Dragos is also talking simplify. Okay, next up. We have Lisa Young, and Lisa Young is going to be talking to us about heel sync, structuring, yielding, and normalizing crosswalks. Lisa, 3 minutes, over to you.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right. I'm Lisa Young. I work at the Utah Data Coordinating Center. We're an academic research organization founded by Dr. Mike Dean, who's one of our peer advisors. I'm presenting Heal Data Sync, a tool my colleague Drew DeMarco and I are working on, not developing just for this class, but as a production solution for our researchers. The project is part of NIH's HEAL initiative, where the Utah DCC manages several key studies. And let me show you the problem we're solving. Let me set some context here about our environment. We're a full-service academic research organization managing clinical trials and research data coordination. We execute multi-center trials, FDA studies, and registries across all age groups. We provide data management, linkage, and technical assistance for national programs, and we support research teams from study design through publication. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our customer and user base. So first, I'll briefly describe what the HEAL RDC is. It's the HEAL Research Dissemination Center is part of a major national initiative called HEAL, helping to end addiction long-term. Think of it as the central hub that takes research data from different opioid and pain management studies and transforms it into a standardized format that everyone can use. Why is this important? Well, imagine trying to solve a puzzle where all the pieces come from different boxes. That's what researchers face when trying to compare results across different studies. And each study might measure similar things, but in slightly different ways. So this brings me to our current challenge. Currently, a clinical pharmacologist and biomedical informaticist must manually review each protocol, extract data elements, identify matching concepts across studies. This requires both deep medical knowledge to understand protocol nuances and informatics expertise to properly structure the data. The current workflow limits how efficiently researchers can identify patterns across studies. By streamlining this process, we can help researchers more effectively analyze data sources, data across the full scope of HEAL research, which ultimately supports better insights into pain management and addiction treatment. So what is a protocol? In research, a protocol is a structured document that outlines how a study is conducted. It defines what data is collected, how it's measured, and the methods used for analysis. And every research study follows a protocol. I'm going to go quicker now. So let me walk you through a real world example of what researchers might face. Look at this HEAL protocol on the left. You'll see it measures pain intensity. Now, when we look at protocol B, we can see that they're approaching pain measurement using different data element names. So on the left, it captures pain severity. On the right, it captures a slightly different element. So let me make it.
Ooh, 3-minute pitch. It's hard to keep it tight. Hard to keep it tight. Okay, so I want to go ahead and go straight to QA with Wiz here. Wiz, I hope you got a scope of the problem here. Question.
I mean, it seems cool. I don't have a lot of questions on the idea. The idea seems neat. I'm excited by it. I hope your solution is aligned to it. I would say again, it's a low-hanging fruit question, but how do you intend to evaluate that the system is good or working well, or especially in this space, which might be more sensitive than the other spaces, similar to the finance questions, basically?
Yeah, I don't know yet, really. Robert Eubanks, who is my breakout peer advisor, recommended that in my multi-agent architecture that we have a validating agent after each step. So if the phase one is and I'm going to kind of cheat here, is document ingestion agent, scans and structures raw protocol documents for analysis, then there's a validation agent. Then before it goes and extracts the research variables, and then after there's another agent, and then there's going to be lots of fine tuning and then feedback from the bioinformaticist and the clinical pharmacologist. So lots of subject matter expertise.
Yeah, I really like this, Lisa. I would really love to tell you a little bit more about a few other things that seem to me to be related to this in office hours. One of these upcoming weeks. But great work. That was a smashing presentation and slide deck. Way to go. Round of applause, Lisa Young. Okay.
Thank you.
Way to go. Woo, woo, woo. Next up, we've got Kofi Tasu. He's talking show counselor. For people transitioning to IT careers, it can be challenging to find the most suitable role. Oh, don't we all know about finding the most suitable role? Kofi, what have you got for us? 3 minutes. Floor is yours.
So hello, can you see me? Yes. Sorry, I don't have a deck also. So I try to present anyway. So I have, since I'm in IT and freelance, I have a lot of friends that come to me about advice on how to make a transition to a career in tech. And they seem to not have a lot of knowledge about all the roles that they can access. What are the challenges? What are the what are the roadmaps to get there? Are there any training? Are there any events? So the goal is to provide them with a platform that will help them in this transition. So it will be an interactive process on which they will ask, let's say, a chatbot some questions. Also, they can provide their resume, and the chatbot will, based on this resume, give them recommendations. So it can say, based on your previous experiences, this is the roles that could suit you. It could provide you also some help and say, okay, in your city, you have a program pushed by the government that can help you make this transition. Also, if they want some help, financial help, so it can also give them some opportunities. So the role of the solution is to have basically a chatbot that will, based on your preferences, give you some recommendations about a role in tech, whether it's technical, less functional, or if it's a role towards entrepreneurship. If you want to be a web developer, by example, you can work for a company, but you can also work for yourself and be freelance. So it will take a lot of criteria to give you some recommendation and a way to get there to your new role. So that's it.
All right. Nice, Kofi. Nice. I mean, you're speaking to me. This is exactly the kind of thing I love to try to do as well, as empower folks to achieve their dreams and goals. Love to hear this kind of also, Kofi, if you want to hook up with a guy that scrapes all the jobs in America and uses it for his platform, I think I can hook you up with him. So connect with me. Wiz.
Okay. Okay. I'm very interested. Okay. We'll contact. Yeah. Thanks.
So I have kind of a different question, which is, so recommendation systems exist, recommender systems exist. Why use a more complex solution than those systems? What's the value add? What value does, like, quote unquote AI add here that recommender systems don't capture?
Yes, interesting question. I think AI system, I think the interesting thing is to use a lot more data, a lot more text, and a lot more external sources. So you can have, by example, a tool that will make some, I don't know, maybe a personality test and get this information, and based on this information, make the recommendation. So it's about all the tools you can access via, I don't know, an adjunctive rack, by example, and all the texts that you can process.
Nice.
I don't have a lot of experience in recommendations system itself, but that's what I'm thinking
No,
about.
it's a good. What I would recommend potentially is, like, you might find a way to integrate recommendation with the AI system. I think that would be an interesting place to explore. Perhaps not for the midterm, but perhaps for the final project. But awesome stuff. Yeah.
All right, Kofi.
Got
Good
it.
stuff. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Round of applause for Kofi, everybody. And just the idea of recommendation systems versus like a RAG system, and how are they kind of, both doing kind of a K nearest neighbors thing, is really interesting to think about. Actually save that for the AIM games a little bit. Anthony. Oh no. Okay, wait. No, Anthony, not yet. Okay. Uma Uppin. Uma. Let's go. I'm pumped to hear this one. Founders Hub. Founders Hub is an AI-driven marketplace for founders to find coaches to support their current needs and excel.
Okay. So I have a slide. I'm going to share that. Can you see my?
Good to go.
All right. So hi, everyone. I'm building Founders Hub. It's an AI-driven marketplace to connect founders with the right coaches at the right time. So what exactly is the problem? right? Founder's journey is incredibly challenging and lonely, and only 37% succeed. And it's also worse for first-time founders, with only 18% succeeding. And they, like we all know, they have to juggle between multiple responsibilities across various different stakeholders, their personal life, and it's incredibly difficult. On the other hand, coaches, many of them spend at least a third of their resources, like money, time, effort, on marketing rather than doing what they do best. That's coaching. Which is why I'm building this marketplace to connect high-quality coaches and founders. And the solution is pretty simple. I have a personalized AI-driven navigation system that that makes these recommendations. And the way the product works is founders log in, they complete a brief assessment, and based on that, this is probably a recommendation engine where our AI will interpret the specific challenges and match them with a relevant coach. And the founders can review these recommendations and book it if they like. And there's also ongoing challenges. This is where I'll probably use more of like AI-based RAG-based AI, where a founder probably is, really overwhelmed with multiple things. They come to the platform, they just speak as if they're speaking to a human coach, like, hey, I have like multiple customer meetings. I'm struggling with my social media strategy to prepare for this board meeting, and I'm also having relationship issues. So the AI will then parse all these, find the right coaches for each of their problem, and then present it to them. And all of that is very tailored to their specific situation. So they can get the right support they need at the right time. So that's basically the idea. And, I'm really happy to hear any feedback. And if someone wants to contribute technically, please chime in. Really happy to collaborate on this.
Yes, let's go. Those were some beautiful AI slides right there. Uma, I'm sure would be an amazing team member for any of you technical folks looking for a pitcher. Wiz, what'd you think?
Yeah, I think probably my question is one about scope. So this seems like a big project with lots of stuff going on. So, how are you going to tackle this, like in parts or in a way that's more builds on the last step? Like, do you have a roadmap in mind to help with this, or what's your strategy there?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I think for now, at least for this project, I am getting a database of all the coaches, and I plan to build out this RAG-based AI where I take an input, like the founder's input, parse it, really, try to make sense of what they're asking for, what kind of coaches will be a match, and then compare that with the database I have, which is also tagged probably, and then make those recommendations. And I've been told to narrow down the scope of, just go with like one particular coach. I will think about it because the idea is to really support founders with the support they need. And I'm sure there's a variety of, things that go in there. So I want to see, I'll probably do surveys, see what are the top problems, and get coaches, those particular coaches on the platform.
Excellent answer. Thank you very much.
Love it, love it, love it. And Uma, shoot me a DM and tell me to hook you up with the woman from Australia that runs an entrepreneur community that maybe you could test us out with.
Great, thank you.
All right, Uma up and everybody, let's go. And now for the final two presenters, both of which were in office hours and last minute additions today. Let's go. Anthony, you're up, my man. Anthony's going to tell us about Imagine UI. Anthony comes from a web dev background, and imagine you could just sort of tell the UI how you wanted it to be stylized, and bam, there we go. Anthony, over to you.
Thanks. So the problem here is that teams and individuals who need to make some kind of visual layout design usually have some kind of idea or feeling in their heads of what they want, but do not know, or the process of making that reality can be very time consuming, very costly. It can sometimes miss the mark, and for some people, they cannot do it at all. A particular use case that I have run into in this is when we agree upon what the visual ought to look like, and then we build it out for the next period of time until our next meeting. And then once it is seen, the reality of what is seen is different from the feeling that was imagined. And so we now have to go back and redesign that and rebuild that, because now that we see it, we feel differently. So the solution for this is for individuals and teams to be able to use a UI agent to tell it, we want something for this purpose laid out like this with this feeling. We want to imagine this UI, and then we want the neural net to take it and make it into a reality. And then we want to look at it and instantly say, let's change this, let's change that, and let's get to a point where we like it. So the audience, I skipped the audience part kind of, but it would be for a lot of applications: marketers, UI developers, back-end developers who don't know how to do a front-end, designers who want a tool to design faster. But I think the most profitable use case is probably for large design teams that work together that can speed up their professional process by using this tool. It will also serve as a building block for later applications where I can have this designer graph node use other parts of an application to produce a design. So I might talk to Kofi later about designing resumes with my little designer app node. So yeah, that's the idea.
Love it. Way to go, Anthony. Made it happen. Okay, Wiz, what do you think about this idea of, like, what is this, kind of cursor for UI kind of thing? Vibe code with UI, something like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is not my my specialty or my area of expertise. Not an aesthetics guy, but I assume that this is a problem. Sounds like a real problem. And I think the approach is interesting. My question would be, again, it's similar to the last question, right? That I feel like once we start putting together all the moving parts here, this is a quite complicated system, right? So how do we kind of get to a V0 or a V, like, what is the most important part of this process to really, like, showcase what you could do given more time and resources?
Well, the app should run at the end, so you should get a designed, you should get a CSS style sheet that will produce an actual design for HTML that you submit or that the application submits. But it will be a full working style sheet, and it should capture what you are looking for. Whether we can't measure user satisfaction directly. We can't really quantify that until we actually use it. But what I'm doing for that is using the data from CSS Zen Garden, which is a demonstration of over 200 CSS designs for the same HTML. And I'm working on turning that into a data set that will associate descriptions of those designs with the actual design, so that we can match a description to an output. We'll use that to validate. And by we, I mean me.
Nice way to close it, Anthony. Nice, man. Also, Anthony, you should connect with Gil from the last cohort, who was also one of the few UI UX designers that came through. Sarah can definitely hook you up with Gil. Sriracha. Let's go ahead and welcome our last guest to the stage, Ben.
What's going
Ben's
on?
going to tell us about his very special ongoing work. We've been showcasing it a little bit here in the Build Chip Share start of the Sesharinos. It's called Seek 3D. Ben, take it away.
All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Ben, and I am a virtual reality designer as well as a programmer. And I hit this problem a bunch where made a whole bunch of friends in virtual reality, and they were all doing really cool things, trying to start all different kinds of businesses in VR. And they had way more requests than I had time to help them with. They all wanted me to design all different kinds of 3D virtual environments, to do everything from yoga to what was it? It was a stand-up comedy club. So I was thinking it'd be really cool to go see and build if I could build an AI that could design 3D virtual environments. And of course, that has a whole bunch of different applications beyond just virtual reality, games, architecture. My own experience is that in building any kind of 3D interactive experience, designing the environment is one of the most time-consuming and frustrating parts. And once you get that locked in, you can build a prototype really easily on top of that. So think of this as a tool to help speed up your prototyping of any kind of 3D experience. So that's the overall large scale vision. In terms of the smaller, more manageable chunk that I wanted to do for the midterm, what I really wanted to knock out was a 3D model search. So there's currently no real good way to take text, a long string of text, and turn it into a search for a 3D model. So that's what I'm building for my midterm. And if you go to this Hugging Face, you can use it too. Where do I post text? Here we go, in the chat. Boom. So yeah, give this a try. So the current database is a little bit limited, but I'm going to, over the next couple days, run it a lot more on my computer. Right now, this thing is aware of about 500 models, but I'm probably going to buff it up to maybe more in the order of like 5 to 10,000 before I submit it as a final midterm project. And as you saw in the screenshot, the end goal is something a lot more like this, which is an agent that can build an entire 3D world for you. And this is the agent running on my other computer right now. It's fairly slow because it does a lot of exploration of 3D space. It tries a lot of different things, and then it evaluates its own output. So it's very cool, and I'm very excited. I don't think many people are doing this kind of AI work, so I'm really excited for the future of it. And I think that's oh, I got one. I put in AI Makerspace into my own tool, and I got this. So this is what it thinks AI Makerspace is. It thinks it's some kind of like weird tube thing. I like this one. It's kind of like a scuffed transformer. Like, look, the face is kind of messed up. And that's kind of
Ben
cool.
Gibbons, everybody. Oh my God, so good, Ben. What can we say? Ben.
Yeah, so I think the only question I have is, you know, once you get to that scale, you know, how are you going to build a filtration system or some such that really, you know, gives you, you know, things that make sense? To me, the images presented, you know, kind of make sense. The transformer makes the most sense, right? Because
right.
But it's not the right kind of transformer, right? So it's
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, what's the thoughts on the pipeline, you know, and how are you going to filter or steer the pipeline so that it's you know, it's matching with what semantically the user is trying to fetch up?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So the way it works right now is it has the whole model database, right? And it converts your query into an embedding and matches that up against the best embeddings it can find in the database. So there are hard limitations. Like if a model's not there, like there's no like 3D model in its current knowledge that perfectly matches the concept of AI. So this is it'll sort of give you its best guess. Which is one thing I found for existing 3D model searchers is they won't give you a best guess. They'll just fail. Like they'll just return nothing. And for a system that has to return something, that's not that helpful.
Very cool.
Ben Gibbons, once again, round of applause for all of our presenters. Wow. Oh my gosh, I just heard the sound on that. That means it's break time, everybody. 5-minute break it out, shake it out. We will stick around if you want Ben to search anything in his index. He's still got his screen up. So we're going to go ahead and pause. We'll be back for the AIM games and a little fun time in just a few minutes. Call it out if you want Ben to search it. See what it does.
I put the link in the chat.
Hell, let's have a little fun now, everybody. Welcome to the AIM games. I want to hand it over to our hostess with the mostest, Sriracha, who's going to walk us through a little fun game for the rest of the day. Settle in, everybody. Sriracha, over to you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Greg. Hello, everybody. I am Sriracha. I will be your host tonight for the AIM games. Tonight, we will be playing a trivia game. There will be 5 categories ranging from pop culture to rag. So get ready to test your knowledge and have some fun. All right. There are 2 ways to join the game. So I'm going to screen share right now. You go. All right. Can you see this okay? Perfect. All right. So there's 2 ways to join the game. You can use your phone and scan the QR code and then type in the number on the screen, or you can use this link I just dropped into the chat and you can join through your web browser as well. So right now I'm going to play a little theme music. I'm going to give you all a couple minutes to just get into the zone, get on your phones. I will be able to see you as you come in as players. All right, Kenny's in. Let's go. There we go. All right, Nile, Anthony, Duke, Lisa. Right on. Everybody's coming in. Love to see it. Perfect. All right, so as the rest of you are still getting logged in, I'm going to share with you how this is going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to play trivia for 20 minutes straight. We won't be able to get through all of the questions, so if you are the selector, please choose wisely. You will then have 25 seconds for each question. You'll be able to put in the answer through your web browser or on your phone. Now, please, please, please do not use ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or any other app out there. Please, we're going to do the honesty policy here, the honor policy. No cheating. You want to win fair and square. Okay, cool. All right, it looks like most of us are in. Okay, and the top players who win the trivia game will receive a prize. What is the prize, you might ask? Well, it's a surprise. So look out for an email from me after tonight's game to see if you are one of the winners. We'll also have a leaderboard so you'll be able to tell your score along the way. All right, Jacob, we're going to get started. Can you please put a 20-minute timer on for me? I'm going to get my timer ready as well. All right, everybody, let's get into it. Okay, welcome to the AIM Games. Here are today's categories. We have reasoning, agents, pop culture, RAG, and world geography. Okay, so I am going to randomly select who goes first, and first person I'm looking at is Uma. Uma, you are up. Please unmute and tell me which category and which price that you would like to go for.
World geography. Let's do that.
World geography for how much?
300.
300. All right, here we go, folks. First question of the night. Let's see if this refreshes for me. There we go.
Peru.
Where can you find the ancient ruins of Machu Picchu? All right.
Should I answer or is it? It's.
Oh, no, don't answer out loud. Don't answer out loud. Use your phone or your web browser to type in your answer. Yes. Good catch. Yeah. You don't want to give that point away to somebody.
And no cheating. No cheating.
Yeah,
Okay.
no cheating. No cheating. All right, I got a couple people left. I've got 5 seconds on the clock. If you don't get it in time, so sorry, we got to keep moving. All right, that's my timer. I'll give you 2 more seconds. 1, 2, and ending it now.
Oh, closing it. Yeah.
We got to close it out. We got to keep it moving. Again,
20 minutes. We got 20
seconds.
questions. We got to keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Yeah. All right, the answer was Peru. Peru. So let's check out the leaderboard. Let's see who got it. All right. Everybody is just crushing it. Most of you are crushing it right now. All right, Kenny, you're the first person I see on there. So tell me, what is the category and price you'd like to go for next?
Let's do pop culture for 400.
Oh, okay. Let's do it. Here we go. What is the name of the 3-headed dog guarding the sorcerer's stone?
The deep Harry Potter cut. Let's go.
I'm like trying not to laugh at this.
What could it be?
All
What
right.
Harry
I've
Potter
got...
house are you?
Yeah. for all context and purposes, I actually don't know that much about Harry Potter, but I found this and I thought it was a great one. And Greg said, go for it. So
Yeah, and you're Hufflepuff for sure.
yeah, I'm a puffy puff or
That's
something,
right.
I guess.
That's right.
I don't know much about it. All right, time is up on my end. Here we go. I'm gonna end it now. Hope you got yours in. Okay, here we go. So, what is the name of the three-headed dog? Well, it is Fluffy. I don't know if anybody knew that off the top of their head, but I found some
I'm
joy.
feeling like Kenny knew it.
Kenny,
Oh,
at the
cool.
top now. Okay. So we got some Harry Potter fans in the building. Right on. All right, Ryan, you're up next. Give me a category and a price, sir.
Let's go agents for 500.
Agents for
Ooh,
500.
straight
My
to
timer
it.
went off.
Let's go.
Agents for 500. All right, here we go. Function calling and tool calling are the same thing today in 2025 when talking about LLM agents.
The 500 question. Oh, this is tough. Oh my gosh. True or false for
True or
500?
false?
Let's
Yeah.
go. Oh my gosh. Wow, Sarah, what do you think? I mean, they sound different, but they might be
You got a
it's
50-50 chance on this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
It's 50-50. So pick
It-
it. All right, we got 3 people left to answer. Just
Yeah,
select
I
one,
think we
2
close it
people.
out,
My
yeah.
timer is almost up. All right, I got to end it now. My timer
End
is
it,
up.
close it
Here we
out, close it
go.
out. People are dropping like flies, guys. It's like the pitches. It's like the pitches.
Oh,
Agree, hard agree. Oh my gosh.
it is
Who
true.
wrote these?
Ooh, okay.
Gee.
All right, next up, I'm going to call on Enrico. Enrico, please give me a category
Nino,
and a
where you
price.
at, guy? Where you at, Nino?
Let's go pop culture for 300.
Pop culture. Love. This is my favorite category. So good. What common phrase do Canadians use at the end of sentences?
Oh my
Is
God.
it Bob's your uncle? Voila, my dude? Or hey? And I know there's some Canadians here.
I mean, Bob's your uncle.
I don't see where to
I
enter the
think I've
answer.
heard Wiz say voila. I mean, no.
I don't know if I've heard
In
voila.
Quebecois, they would say it what? Voile. I love
All
that.
Oh, they
right,
say
I
et
got
voila. Et voila.
et voila. All right, I got 2
Oh,
people
yeah,
left.
let's
My
go, let's
timer's
go.
up right now. Okay.
My dude.
All right, here we go. Hey!
What's the right way to say it, Wiz?
What's the right way to say A? It's A.
Ah, come on.
How you doing, eh?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Oh, that's not a pretty Canadian.
That was a good.
Yeah,
that was a good hockey game, eh?
How about the next question, eh?
All right, Naga, you're up, sir. Please select a category and a price.
World Geography 400.
World Geography for 400. Here we go. Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Which London landmark houses the crown jewels? Is it A, Buckingham Palace, B, Tower of London, C, Westminster Abbey, or D, St. Paul's Cathedral?
Ugh. Now, Sriracha, this one feels obvious, but then I just feel duped. Like the crown, where does it belong? Well, it belongs in the castle. It's like, well, but it can't be that easy, right? I mean, maybe it is though.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to see who gets this one right because I surprised myself with this answer as well. I was like, oh, I guess I need to up my London game. I don't know that much. All right.
Yeah.
Here we
Hard
go.
agree.
Let's check the answer. It was Tower
Ooh.
of London. I'm really curious to see who got this right. That was a hard one. Oh, not crushing it. Good job. Arthi, Ryan, Mike C, Christine, Mike Dean, Hugh. So many of you are doing so good. All right, I'm going to jump around a little bit. Christine, let me get A category and a price for me, please.
Yeah, let's go with rag for 300.
Yeah, there we go. Let's go in for rag. All right. What is rag better at after we fine tune embeddings?
Ooh. So much. So much, right? I mean, it's like fine-tuning embeddings for rag is just so useful for so many things. Oh my God. Oh yeah. What could it be, Wiz? What could it be?
And you get penalized for misspelling, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's dope or nope. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
how we
yeah,
do it.
yeah. Yeah, if you miss, this is the hard part, is that if you miss the spelling of it, it will be wrong. All right, my timer
Oh my
is,
gosh. Oh my gosh. Running out of time.
there we go. All right, I got 4 left. Feel free to pop in your answer in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Okay, so what is rag better at?
Oh!
I'm excited to see who got that right. Yes.
Oh wow,
right
too
now.
easy. Too easy.
Good job, everybody.
Oh, what a classic, Arthi. What
I
a
was just gonna say, Arthi,
classic. Oh,
you're
wow.
up. Arthi, you pick the next one for us.
Yeah, you and me both just
Reasoning, 300.
300, let's do it. Okay. What type of scaling does DeepSeek R1 take advantage of? Is it A, more pre-training, B, more post-training, C, more data, or D, test time compute?
What do you think about the dankness of this meme right now, Sarah? What do you think, Sriracha?
Oh, I really like it. I'm like it
Yeah.
because I told you to use him. for
It's
the-
timely, but it's almost already out of date. You know, I think there was a moment in time for it. I'm not sure it's as dank as it was last week. So it goes.
So it goes. All right, everybody. I'm coming down to 10 seconds on my
All
end.
right.
I see more people.
Oh,
Lock
yeah?
it in, lock it in.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Who's in buzzword
Okay.
compliance? Let's find out.
All right. Ending it now. Okay. Test time compute. Great job, everybody who got it right. Let's see. Nice. Okay, we got some movement.
Naga, you're still alive. Oh, let's go.
Who's tomfoolery? 'Cause-
Tommy boy.
Is that Thomas? Yeah,
Thomas, yeah,
Thomas,
yeah,
you're up. You're up, Thomas.
All right. Do reasoning for 500.
Reasoning for 500. Yeah, just get all the points. Let's do
Here
it.
we go.
In addition to the space of words, the model can also reason in blank space.
Ooh. I mean, it's got to be. Oh no.
I don't know.
I thought it was. I thought it was embedding space, but what is this? Oh my God! Wow. What in the world? Math space?
Did you put liquid space?
Hidden layer space? What?
All right, everybody. 5, 4, 3.
Chain of thought? Oh my God.
Here we go. Come on, somebody put
Oh
it
my
in.
God.
A few more of you. Get some points. All right,
my
closing
God.
it now. Okay.
Ooh, that was a 500 right there. Wow.
So what space? What's
Well, I know
this?
Kenny got this right.
Latent. Yeah.
Ew.
There we go.
Welcome to the
Oh,
space.
nice. We got some more folks at the top. Okay, okay.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Q. Q, you're up,
Ouch.
my man. Please give me a category and a price.
World Geography 500.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, which country has the most islands in the world with over 220,000? Is it A, New Zealand, B, Sweden, C, Canada, or D, Greenland?
Ooh. It's got to be Canada, eh? I mean, that's a big old country up there. Islands though, bro? Huh. It's like what counts as an island, right, Sriracha? I mean, it's like
I mean, in this photo, it's like, okay, is that rock like really?
yeah. I mean, is that really an island, bro? Like
Not sure, but it looked pretty.
yeah, right. Perfect trivia question. Perfect level of ambiguity. Here we go.
All right, and that's time. Okay,
Oh.
go.
Oh my God, what is it? Woo! Wow.
Eden. Okay. I don't know if I'm really
220,000
curious
rocks
who
over
got
there?
that. Oh my gosh, good job.
Arthi and Todd. Let's go.
All right, Deeps D, you're up.
I'll
Please
go for Rag. 400.
Oh yeah.
Rag for 400. You got it. All right. We use cosine similarity during the blank process. Is it A, retrieval, B, embedding, C, fiduciary, or D, all of the above?
Oh my God. This meme is just so good. It's like, wow. Turns out, Sriracha, that there's like a deep meme lore in trigonometry that I was not aware of until we were putting this together. So good, so good. And you know, it's one of the classics, so you would expect this. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly.
Sin costs tan, right? Right? You know what I'm saying.
All right. We're just at time. Here we go. Lock in your answers. Here we go. Okay. Closing it out now.
Oh,
let's see. I see some head nods. Okay. Okay. Some people got it. I see a couple smirks and smiles. Okay. Moving up, moving up, moving up. All right. I'm going to call on, let's go to Vinod. You're
Watch
up.
out for Mike Dean.
I know I'm going to hit Mike Dean next. Get ready.
Okay, I will do World Geography 200.
All right. Let's do it. What is the only continent with land in all 4 hemispheres? A, Africa, B, Asia, C, Europe, or D, Antarctica?
Oh. It feels like it should be Antarctica. I don't know why. Doesn't it, Wiz? Not at all. Classic.
I'm curious to see who gets this. I have a feeling I know somebody who's going to get this right. I can't give it away
what's
though.
a hemisphere, you know? How clueless am I about geography?
Mm-hmm. I said this to somebody the other day, like a friend, and they were like, I thought there were only 2 hemispheres. And I was like, oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. We won't ask you.
Yeah.
All right, here we
I'm not sure I
go.
could name them. No, I don't
Yeah,
think
you
I could.
can.
What is it? North, south, east, west?
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. It's northern, western, eastern, and southern. All right. The answer is Africa. Who got it right? Who got it right?
I'm thinking Vinod got it right. That was good. Yeah.
Yes. Good job. All right, Mike Dean in the house. What's up, Mr.
Watch out for this
Dean?
guy.
Rag for 500.
I knew it. I was like, he's gonna go with the technical.
Gotta do it.
Okay. What is the most important component of RAG? Is it A, retrieval? Is it B, retrieval? Is it C, retrieval? Or is it D, retrieval?
What could it be, Sriracha? Oh my God. Like,
I have this feeling that it's got to be something in the retrieval family.
I feel like this is somehow going to be like one that I remember, you know?
Yeah.
It feels like this is important. It feels like Liz just triple underlined.
Yeah, exactly. This was a trick one. This was a trick one.
E before I, except after C, but only by A. Oh man, I need AI. Damn.
I before E. Okay. All right. Is everybody locked in? We confident with your selection?
Treble.
Here we go.
Oh.
Retrieval.
Arthi, you better have got that one right.
Everybody stayed. Everyone's like, we're smarter than that.
Arthi is in the lead. Oh, we got to knock her out.
Lisa, give me one.
Okay, agents for 400.
Perfect. Let's do it. Okay. What does react mean?
I don't know how I'm supposed to react right now.
I saw this meme, Greg.
Wow, who picked this? This is really good.
Funny.
What a deep cut.
What does react mean?
Does it mean this? Is that what it means, Sriracha?
What does react mean? I don't know.
I don't know if I would want my AI acting like that. Or reacting like that, I should say.
All right, I got
Ooh.
5 seconds left on my timer. Okay, and
It's a
it's
long one.
done. Okay, this
Oh,
might have been a
wow.
little bit harder. I see some people still putting it
Oh
in.
my
Already,
God. Oh my God.
3,
Get it in,
2,
get it in. There's a lot of
1.
letters, a lot of letters.
There we go.
Oh, somebody just snuck right in at the buzzer. That was good. I hope they got it right.
All right, let's see
was
what
dope.
the answer is. Reasoning and action.
Oof. A classic.
Ooh.
Oh, I like to see this shift. Oh, Deep D.
She made it to the top. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Deep D, stay ahead. You got 3 peer supporters hot on your tail. I'm rooting for Deep D. I don't know about you, Sriracha.
I'm rooting for everybody. Next up, I want to hear
Classic.
from Gonzalo.
Hi, big reasoning for 400.
All right, let's do it.
Nice. Oh, we got 30 seconds. Oh my God, this is the last question.
What optimization scheme did DeepSeek R1 use to become dope at reasoning? All right.
Ooh,
A,
this is a great one for the win.
proximal policy optimization. B, group relative policy optimization. C, direct preference optimization. Or D, reinforcement learning with human feedback. Thank you, Jacob. You
Oh.
can stop the timer.
Oh my God, is that the bell for class?
That's
What
class
is
bell.
that?
So there's
Is that
6
the
people
in-game
left. This
bell?
is the last question.
Oh wow.
Anybody else want to get a guess in?
Where's this
right,
field very
Here we go.
Oh,
Oh, answer was B.
The answer was Gerpo, I think. you meant.
Oh, got him. You can't say it full stack. You got to say.
Oh, Mike.
Oh, Mikey.
I knew it. I knew Mike was going to be like a sneak and like make his way to the top.
Oh, so good.
Okay,
So
this
good.
was absolutely fantastic. I want to thank you all so much for playing the AIM games with me. And thank you everyone who pitched today. It was wonderful to hear all of those. And I look forward to hearing your feedback and ways that we can improve AIM games in the future. Over to you, Greg.
All right. Round of applause for Sriracha, everybody. AIM games. And we got some prizes that we will be following up about. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Really, really good stuff, Sriracha. Thank you for hosting. You are the hostess with the mostest. In conclusion today, you guys really did a great job. I wanted to get a lot of the stuff out of the way. I really appreciate you guys putting yourself out there, getting up on the stage, even if you didn't have slides, and getting after it. That is the kind of rep that's going to get you where you're trying to go. That midpoint feedback, it is something that we care that you fill out. It's probably less important for us than the final assessment feedback. It's really more for you to just look at and consider, even if you don't take a detailed approach to filling it out, because you really can look and see, man, I did rate myself like this 5 weeks ago, and now I rate myself like this. So I want to go ahead and just ask for just a little bit of feedback today, and we're going to end early. We'll stick around until right at the end if you have questions you want to ask, but please spend 2 minutes filling out feedback on today. Let us know how you thought about today and this week, and how you thought it went. It was a little bit different. We tried some things. Let us know what you think. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for pitches and for the AIM games. I really want to shout out everybody that got up there and got after it today and put their hat in the ring. I mean, we really took it, and usually it's the Wiz and I that are on the stage. Usually it's the peer supporters that are on the stage in the breakout rooms. And today you were on the stage. Today you saw Sriracha get up and get on the stage. We really lived out the values of our community today. We tried to make it easy for you guys to build, ship, and share, and we hope that you felt that. And we really loved that you embrace giving first, giving away your knowledge. We really look forward to seeing how you continue your journey through building, shipping, and sharing. And, you know, next week, we're going to pick up with advanced retrieval. We're going to pick up with advanced reasoning and agents. Don't worry about that. Okay. Focus on the goal, focus on the midterm. Use office hours. Don't hesitate to reach out to your peer supporters. If you're feeling overwhelmed, we totally understand. Not everyone is Ashwin and Kenny and Ben, you know, so like it's just the reality, right? If you crushed it, great. If you're not yet crushing it, also great. You've got plenty of time. Remember, this is because we want you to do well for demo day. This is a safe space that you can come and you can try stuff. We're going to continue to provide that kind of vibe for you. We hope that you gave us some suggestions on ways that we can continue to connect you in the feedback, and we'll take those into account. And maybe we'll try some out this cohort. You know, this is going to be the best demo day ever, and you guys are going to be at the center of it. Please don't hesitate to reach out to people you thought had cool projects for a virtual coffee over this next week while you have a little bit of downtime. It's a great opportunity, and I just cannot stress enough. Send them a Calendly link that has some open spots and say, hey, I thought it was cool. I'd love to get together. This is going to be a killer skill for you to develop, and you can develop it here in AM Makerspace. Thank you for joining us for session 12, project pitches and midterm. We'll see you for session 13 next Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for everything. See you soon. Bye, guys. Let's go. And thank you,
Have
Sriracha,
a good weekend. You're welcome. That was fun.
for your amazing hosting. All right,
Take
let's
care,
rock.
everybody.
Bye,
See
guys.
you next week. Bye. Thank you.